This is the testament of Levi, third son of Jacob and Leah. The copy of the words of Levi, the things which he ordained unto his sons according to all that they should do, and what things should befall them until the day of judgment. He was sound in health when he called them to him, for it had been revealed to him that he should die. And when they were gathered together, he said to them, I, Levi, was born in Haran, and I came with my father to Shechem when I was young, about 20 years of age, when with Simeon I wrought vengeance on Haman for our sister Dinah. And when I was feeding the flocks in Abel Maal, the spirit of understanding of Yahuwah came upon me, and I saw all men corrupting their way, and that unrighteousness had built for itself walls, and lawlessness sat upon towers. And I was grieved for the race of the sons of men, and I prayed to Yahuwah that I might be saved. For there fell upon me a sleep, and I beheld a high mountain, and I was upon it, and behold, the heavens were opened, and an angel of God came to me. Levi, enter. And I entered from the first heaven, and I saw there a great sea hanging, and there I saw a second heaven, far brighter and more brilliant, for there was a boundless light also therein. And I said to the angel, why is this so? And the angel said to me, marvel not at this, for thou hast seen another heaven more brilliant and incomparable, and when thou hast ascended hither, thou shalt stand near Yahuwah, and shall be his minister, and shall declare his mysteries to men, and shall proclaim concerning him, and shall redeem Israel. And by thee and Judah shall Yahuwah appear among men, saving every race of man from Yahuwah's portion, and shall be thy life. And he shall be thy field and thy vineyard, and fruits and gold and silver. Hear therefore regarding the heavens which have been shown to thee. The lowest is for this cause, gloomy unto thee, and that it beholds all the unrighteous deeds of men, and it has fire, snow, ice, ready made for the day of judgment, in the righteous judgment of God. For in it are all the spirits of the retributions for vengeance on men. And in the second are all the hosts of the armies which are ordained for the day of judgment, to work vengeance on the spirits of deceit and of Beliar. And above them are the holy ones, and in the highest of all dwelleth the great glory, far above all holiness. And in the next heaven to it are the archangels, who minister and make propitiation to Yahuwah for all the sins of ignorance of the righteous, offering to Yahuwah a sweet-smelling savor, a reasonable and a bloodless offering. In the heaven below this are the angels who bear answers to the angels of the presence of Yahuwah. And in the heaven next to this are the thrones and the dominions, in which always they offer praise to Yahuwah. When therefore Yahuwah looketh upon us, all of us are shaken. Yea, the heavens and the earth and the abysses are shaken at the presence of his majesty. But the sons of men, having no perception of these things, sin and provoke the Most High. Now therefore know that Yahuwah shall execute judgment upon the sons of men. Because when the rocks are being rent, and the sun quenched, and the waters dried up, and the fire cowering, and all creation troubled, and the invisible spirits melting away, and Hades taketh spoils through the visitations of the Most High, men will be unbelieving and persist in their iniquity. On this account the punishment shall be judged. Therefore the Most High hath heard thy prayer, to separate thee from iniquity, that thou shouldest become to him a son and a servant and a minister of his presence. The light of knowledge shalt thou light up in Jacob, and as the sun shalt be thou be to all the seed of Israel, and there shall be given to thee a blessing, and to all thy seed, until Yahuwah shall visit upon the Gentiles, and his tender mercies forever. In his tender mercies forever. And therefore there have been given to thee counsel and understanding, and thou mightest instruct thy sons concerning this, because they that bless him shall be blessed, and they that curse him shall perish. And upon the angel opened to me the gates of heaven, and I saw the holy temple, and upon a throne of the glory of the Most High. He said to me, Levi, I have given thee the blessing of the priesthood until I come and sojourn in the midst of Israel. And then the angel brought me down to the earth, and gave me a shield and a sword, and said to me, execute vengeance on Shechem because of Dinah thy sister, and I will be with thee, because Yahuwah hath sent me, and destroyed at that time the sons of Hamor, as it is written in the heavenly tables. And I said to him, I pray thee, O Yahuwah, tell me thy name, that I may call upon thee in the day of tribulation. And he said, I am the angel who intercedeth for the nation of Israel, and they may not be smitten utterly. For every evil spirit attacketh it. And after these things I awaked, and I blessed the Most High, and the angel who intercedeth for the nation of Israel, and for all righteousness. And when I was going to my father, I found a brazen shield, wherefore also the name of the mountain is Aspis, which is near Gabal, to the south of Abilah. And I kept these words in my heart, and after this I counseled my father and Reuben, my brother, to bid the sons of Hamor not to be circumcised, for I was zealous because of the abomination which they had wrought on my sister. And I slew Shechem first, and Simeon slew Hamor. And after this my brothers came and smote that city with the edge of the sword. And my father heard these things and was wroth, and he was grieved in that they had received the circumcision, and after that had been put to death. And in his blessings he looked amiss upon us, for we sinned because he had not done this thing against, or for we had done this thing against his will. And he was sick on that day. But I saw that the sentence of God was for evil upon Shechem, for they sought to do to Sarah and Rebekah as they had done to Dinah our sister. But Yahuwah prevented them, and they persecuted Abraham our father, and he was a stranger, and they vexed his flocks when they were big with young. And Abilene, who was born in his house, they most shamefully handled, and thus did to all the strangers, taking away their wives by force, and they banished them. But the wrath of Yahuwah came upon them to the uttermost. And I said to my father Jacob, by thee will Yahuwah despoil the Canaanites, and will give their land to thy seed after thee. And from this day forward shall Shechem be called a city of imbeciles. For as a man mocketh a fool, so did we mock them, because also they had wrought folly in Israel by defiling my sister. And we departed and came to Bethel. And there again I saw a vision as the former, after we had spent there 70 days. And I saw 7 men in white raiment, saying to me, arise and put on the robe of the priesthood, and the crown of righteousness, and the breastplate of understanding, and the garment of truth, and the plate of faith, and the turban of the head, and the ephod of prophecy. And they severely carried these things and put them on me, and said to me, from henceforth become a priest of Yahuwah, thou and thy seed forever. And at the first anoint me with holy oil, and gave me the staff of judgment. And the second washed me with pure water and fed me with bread and wine, even the most holy things, and clad me with a holy and glorious robe. The third clothed me with a linen vestment like an ephod, and the fourth put around me a girdle like unto purple, and the fifth gave me a branch of rich olive. The sixth placed a crown on my head. The seventh placed on my head a diadem of priesthood, and filled my hands with incense, that I might serve as a priest to Yahuwah God. And they said to me, Levi, thy seed shall be divided into 3 offices, for a sign of the glory of Yahuwah who is to come. And the first portion shall be great, yea, greater than most shall. I'm sorry, backing up to verse 13, chapter 8, verse 13. And the first portion shall be great, yea, greater than it shall be none. The second shall be in the priesthood, and the third shall be called by a new name, because a king shall arise in Judah, and shall establish a new priesthood after the fashion of the Gentiles to all the Gentiles, and his presence shall be beloved as a prophet of the Most High, of the seed of Abraham our father. Therefore every desirable thing in Israel shall be for thee and for thy seed, and shall eat everything fair to look upon, and the table of Yahuwah shall thy seed apportion. And some of them shall be high priests and judges and scribes, for by their mouth shall the holy place be guarded. And when I awoke, I understood that this dream was like the first dream, and I hid this also in my heart, and I told it not to any man upon the earth. And after 2 days, I and Judah went up with our father to Jacob, to Isaac, our father's father. And my father's father blessed me according to the words of the vision which I had seen, and he would not come with us to Bethel. And when we came to Bethel, my father saw a vision concerning me, and I should be their priest unto God. And he rose up early in the morning and paid tithes of all to Yahuwah through me. And so we came to Hebron to dwell there. And Isaac called me continually to put me in remembrance of the law of Yahuwah, even as the angel of Yahuwah showed unto me. He taught me that the law of the priesthood, of the sacrifices, of the whole burnt offerings, of the first fruits, freewill offerings, peace offerings, and each day he was instructing me, and I was bruised on my behalf before Yahuwah, and said to me, beware of the spirit of fornication, for this shall continue, and shall by thy seed pollute the holy place. Take therefore to thyself a wife without blemish or pollution, without bile. Oh no, while. It's a misprint. While yet thou art young, and not of the race of any strange nations, and before entering into the holy place, bathe, and when thou offerest the sacrifices, wash, and again when thou finishest the sacrifice, wash of 12 trees having leaves, offer to Yahuwah as Abraham taught me also, and of every clean beast and the bird offer a sacrifice to Yahuwah, and of the first fruits of wine offer the first as a sacrifice to Yahuwah God, and every sacrifice thou shalt salt with salt. Now therefore observe whatsoever I command you, children, for whatsoever thing I have heard from my fathers I have declared unto you, and behold, I am clear from your ungodliness and transgression, which ye shall commit in the end of the ages, against the Savior of the world, Christ, acting godlessly, deceiving Israel, and stirring up against all great evils from Yahuwah. And ye shall deal lawlessly together with Israel, and he shall not bear with Jerusalem because of your wickedness, but the veil of the temple shall be rent, so as not to cover up your shame, and ye shall be scattered as captives among the Gentiles, and shall be as for a reproach and for a curse there. And the house which Yahuwah shall choose shall be called Jerusalem, as it is called in the book of Enoch the righteous. Therefore, when I took a wife, I was 28 years old, and her name was Melika, and she conceived and bare a son, and I called his name Gershom, for we were sojourners in their land. And I saw concerning him that he would not be in the first rank, and Kohath was born in the 35th year of my life towards the sunrise. And I saw a vision that he was standing on high in the midst of all the congregation. Therefore I called his name Kohath, which is being of majesty and instruction. And she shall bear me a third son in the 40th year of my life. And since his mother bare him with difficulty, I called his name Merai. And this is my bitterness, because he also was like to die. And Jochebed was born in Egypt in my 64th year, for I was renowned then in the midst of my brethren. And Gershom took a wife, and she bare to him Lomi and Semi, the sons of Kohath, Amram, Issachar, Hebron, and Oziel. And the sons of Merai, Muli and Mouses. And in the 94th year, Abraham took Jochebed, my daughter, to him a wife, for they were born in one day, he and my daughter. 8 years old was I when I went to the land of Canaan, and 18 years when I slew Shechem, and 19 years I became a priest, and at 28 years I took a wife, and at 48 I went to Egypt, and behold, my children, ye are a third generation in my 118 years, or in my 118th year, Joseph died. And now, my children, I command you, fear Yahuwah your God with your whole heart, and walk in simplicity according to his law. And do ye also teach your children letters, that they may have understanding all their life, reading unceasingly the law of God. For everyone that knoweth the law of Yahuwah shall be honored, and shall not be a stranger whithersoever he goeth. Yea, many friends shall ye gain, more than his parents, and many men shall desire to serve, and to hear the law from his mouth. Work righteousness, therefore, my children, upon the earth, that ye may have it as a treasure in heaven, and sow good things in your souls, that ye may find them in your life. But if ye sow evil things, ye shall reap every trouble and affliction. Get wisdom in the fear of God with diligence, for though there be a leading to captivity, and cities and lands be destroyed, and gold and silver and every possession perish, the wisdom of the wise not can take away, save the blindness and the ungodliness and the callousness that comes of sin. For if one keeps oneself from these evil things, then even among his enemies shall wisdom be a glory to him. And in a strange country, a fatherland, and in the midst of all foes shall prove a friend. Whosoever teaches noble things and does them shall be enthroned with kings, as was also Joseph my brother. Therefore, my children, I have learnt that the end of the ages ye will transgress against Yahuwah, stretching out hands to wickedness against him, and to all the Gentiles shall ye become a scorn. For our father Israel is pure from the transgressions of the chief priests, who lay their hands upon the Savior of the world. For as the heaven is pure in Yahuwah's sight than the earth, So also be ye in the lights of Israel, purer than all the Gentiles. But if ye be darkened through transgressions, what therefore will all the Gentiles do, living in blindness? Yea, ye shall bring a curse upon your race, because the light of the law which was given for to lighten every man, this ye desire to destroy by teaching commandments contrary to the ordinances of God. The offerings of Yahuwah shall rob from his portion. Ye shall steal choice portions, eating them contemptuously with harlots. And out of covetousness ye shall teach the commandments of Yahuwah. Wedding women shall ye pollute the virgins of Jerusalem. Shall ye defile the harlots and adulteresses? Shall ye be joined, and the daughters of the Gentiles shall ye take to wife, purifying them with an unlawful purification, and your union shall be like unto Sodom and Gomorrah, and ye shall be puffed up because of your priesthood, lifting yourselves up against men, and not only so, but also against the commandments of God. For ye shall contemn the holy things with jests and laughter. Therefore the temple which Yahuwah shall choose shall be laid waste through your uncleanness, and ye shall be captives throughout all nations. And ye shall be an abomination unto them, and ye shall receive reproach and everlasting shame to the righteous judgment of God, and all who hate you shall rejoice at your destruction. And if you were not to receive mercy through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, our fathers, not one of our seeds should be left upon the earth. And now I have learnt that for 70 weeks ye shall go astray, and profane the priesthood, and pollute the sacrifices, and ye shall make void the law, and shall set at naught the words of the prophets by the evil perverseness, and ye shall persecute righteous men, and hate the godly words of the faithful shall ye abhor, and a man who reneweth the law in the power of the Most High ye shall call a deceiver, and at the last ye shall rush upon him to slay him, not knowing his dignity, taking innocent blood through wickedness upon your heads, and your holy places shall be laid waste even to the ground because of him. And ye shall have no place that is clean, but ye shall be among the Gentiles a curse and a dispersion, until he shall again visit you in the pity, shall receive you through faith and water, baptism. And whereas ye have heard concerning the 70 weeks, also concerning the priesthood, for in each Jubilee there shall be a priesthood, and in the first Jubilee the first who is anointed to the priesthood shall be great, and shall seek to God as a father, and his priesthood shall be perfect with Yahuwah, and in the day of his gladness shall he arise for the salvation of the world. And in the second Jubilee he that is anointed shall be conceived in sorrow of the beloved ones, and his priesthood shall be honored and shall be glorified all the way. And the third priest shall be taken hold of, or shall be taken hold of by sorrow, and the fourth shall be in pain, because unrighteousness shall gather itself against him exceedingly, and all Israel shall hate each one his neighbor. And the fifth shall be taken hold of by darkness, likewise also the sixth and the seventh. And in the seventh shall be such pollution as I cannot express before men, for they shall not know it who do these things. Therefore shall they be taken captive and become a prey, and their land shall be, and their land and their substance shall be destroyed. And in the fifth week they can return to their desolate country, and shall renew the house of Yahuwah. In the 7th week shall become priests who are idolaters. Yeah, adulterers, lovers of money, proud, lawless, lascivious, abusers of children and beasts. And after their punishment shall have come from Yahuwah, the priests shall fail. Then shall Yahuwah rise up a new priest, and to him all the words of Yahuwah shall be revealed, and he shall execute a righteous judgment upon the earth for a multitude of days. And his star shall arise in the heaven as a king, lighting up the light of knowledge as the sun day. Yeah, as the sun the day. Backing up to 18:3. And his star shall arise in the heaven as of a king, lighting up the light of knowledge as the sun the day. And he shall be magnified in the world, and he shall shine forth as the sun on the earth, and shall remove all darkness from under heaven, and there shall be peace in all the earth, and the heavens shall exult in his days. And the earth shall be glad, and the clouds shall rejoice, and the knowledge of Yahuwah shall be poured upon the face of the earth as the waters of the seas. And the angels of the glory of the presence of Yahuwah shall be glad in him. The heavens shall be opened, and from the temple of the glory shall come upon him sanctification with the Father's voice as from Abraham to Isaac. And the glory of the Most High shall be uttered over him, and the spirit of understanding and the sanctification shall rest upon him in the water. For he shall give the majesty of Yahuwah to his sons in truth forevermore. And there shall none succeed him for all the generations forever. And in his priesthood the Gentiles shall be multiplied in the knowledge upon the earth, and enlightened through the grace of Yahuwah. In his priesthood shall all sin come to an end, and the lawlessness shall cease to do evil, and the just shall rest in him. And he shall open the gates of paradise, and shall remove the threatening sword against Adam, and he shall give to the saints to eat from the tree of life. And the spirit of holiness shall come upon him, and Beliar shall be bound by him, and he shall give power to his children to tread upon the evil spirits. And Yahuwah shall rejoice in his children, and be blessed in his beloved ones forever. Then shall Abraham and Isaac and Jacob exult, and I will be glad, and all the saints shall clothe themselves in joy. And now, my children, ye have heard all. Chosen therefore for yourselves either the light or the darkness, either the law of Yahuwah or the works of Belial. And his sons answered him, saying, Before Yahuwah we will walk according to his law. And their father said unto them, Yahuwah is a witness, and his angels are witnesses, and ye are witnesses, and I am a witness concerning the word of your mouth. And his sons said unto him, We are witnesses. And thus Levi ceased commanding his sons, and he stretched out his feet on the bed, and was gathered to his fathers after he had lived 137 years. And they laid him in a coffin, and afterwards they buried him in Hebron with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I believe that this testament is so important because it explains the 3 levels of the priesthood. It explains to us that the priests will always be with us. Many of them will be corrupted, but they will always be with us as we're here in our dispersion. Us here in the land of slavery in America, we have the priests with us. They're still asleep though.